Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Empower Your Mind for Success podcast, a podcast for anyone who wants to build an entrepreneurial mindset. So, we are discussing the goal setting secrets that every entrepreneur should know before they set the goals. So, today is secret number 4, pay the price. Before we discuss about the price that you need to pay to achieve your goals, so far we have discussed that goal setting is an intellectual process and goal achievement is a lawful process. And we have spoken about that over the last 3 episodes this week. Now, I usually always prescribe using positive language and positive words because words have power in them, and they definitely help set the right context, set the right mindset, set the right belief system in whatever you're trying to achieve. But in the pay the price secret, I want you to think about your goal, and I also want you to think about what will happen if you do not achieve your goal, right? And the purpose of documenting what will happen if you do not achieve your goal is to scare you a little bit so that you feel more inspired to take the right action to achieve your goal. See, what happens is we are genetically hardwired to instinctively react to our dominant fear. Okay? We humans make decisions based on their dominant fear. That is the reality. Not everybody realizes that, but that is how we think, and that is how sometimes we make a decision. So let's say, one of your goals is that, I'm healthy and I exercise 45 minutes every day for the next 12 months. And you have set this goal, you have set this goal because your why for this goal is you want to be healthy, you want to live a longer life with a healthier lifestyle, and you want to be around when your grandchildren are born so that you can play with them, or you want to spend more quality time, active time with your children, whatever the reason is, right? So the consequence of not achieving this goal is obviously your quality of life will go down. You may have more issues as you grow older, and you may not age well enough if you do not exercise and you do not control your diet. We all know that, right? But that is an example of setting up a consequence of not achieving your goal. So if you could do that and have the contrast also documented, then that may continue to inspire you and inspire you to take the right action. Okay, so now let's talk about paying the price. Now, there are 2 ways that you can pay the price. The 2 most common commodities that usually humans have is time and money, right? Now, we all have only 24 hours a day, but some people have learned the art and the science of utilizing those 24 hours much better than anyone else, and hence they have been able to accumulate wealth and generate wealth and share their knowledge and their wealth with others, right? So you need to decide what activities you will sacrifice on as a price to pay to find the time to spend on activities to achieve your goal. So the best way to do this is to identify the time that you can spare or sacrifice is to first identify and baseline where do you spend most of your time in a day. So do this as an exercise, right? You can create a spreadsheet. And in the spreadsheet, you can have 15-minute or 30-minute increments as rows, and the column will be the activity, right? So row number 1 will be, let's say you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So let's say 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. or 6:15 a.m. Then the next increment will be 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m., 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. You create these time blocks and create multiple rows till the time you go to bed. Let's say you go to bed at 11 p.m. Okay, and then against each half-hour time slot, you look at what you are doing that that particular day. So the column will be day 1, day 2, day 3, and then you are documenting the activities under the column day 1 for that first day, and you do that for 7 days, right? Let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. and the next 30 minutes or an hour you're spending on routine tasks, right? So 6 to 6:30 a.m. will be, getting ready, doing your, early morning routine and chores. 6:30 to 7, maybe you are preparing breakfast, or you are meditating, or you're working out. 7 to 7:30 a.m. you're beginning to wake up your children, and you continue doing, the household chores, whatever your schedule is, right? 8 a.m. you start your work. 8 to 8:30 you check your emails, you check your Facebook, you check your LinkedIn. 8:30 to 9 you check your emails, respond to some emails. Whatever you do in the evening, let's say 6 a.m. to 6:30, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. you watch television, or 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. you continue to watch television, or it could be Netflix, or it could be YouTube. But if you document this and monitor yourself of where you're spending your time, and if you can do that for 7 days, you will very clearly see where you're spending lot of your non-productive time. The non-productive time is basically the time in the evening or the first couple of hours in the day when you wake up, right? When you're actually not doing work for your employer, or for your own business, right? If you can do that, then you will identify. So just it's a simple spreadsheet. You can create it yourself. You can start documenting your hours. Now this will allow you to find time slots in a day, right? Saying that, hey, between 9 and 11 before I go to sleep, I am binge watching a show on Netflix, or I'm watching a movie, or I'm watching sports. Maybe I can cut that out and use the time between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. before I go to sleep on the activities that will help me achieve my goal. Right? That is how you could identify some time slots. It could be a half an hour time slot or a 1 hour time slot. Ideally, you want to find an hour time slots, because that way you can focus and get more work done. 30 minutes is not enough usually, unless you can finish an activity in 30 minutes, right? So do this, identify your time spent in different areas, and that will give you an opportunity to change your habits on a daily basis to find time to work on your goals. So that is one way to pay the price. The other way to pay the price is actually giving money to someone who can help you achieve your goals faster. Now remember, the goal is not only to achieve the purpose is not only to achieve your goal, but to also achieve it within the time slot that you have identified, right? Sooner the better. So you want to find a mentor who can help you, who has been there, done that, and you may want to pay the mentor coaching fees. Ideally, you want to tie the coaching fees that you pay to your mentor to the results that you achieve, so that your mentor is financially invested in your success. That is the best way to do it, right? Some coaches do this, some coaches don't, but you can find people like this, right? And again, depending upon which area you have your goals in, whether it is in health space, space, or wealth space, or relationship space. Usually businesses occur in these three areas: health, wealth, and relationships, right? So you can do that and find the mentor to help you, right? And that way you will be able to identify the time and the money that you will end up paying as a price to achieve your goals. Okay. The last thing that I want you to think of doing, and I've done this a lot, even in terms of paying the price, I spend a lot of time on coaching and mentoring, and I am paying to be part of, special elite mastermind groups where I can learn how to accelerate my progress towards achieving my goal, which is the ultimate goal of financial freedom, right? So I do that a lot. Now, one thing I also do in addition is the last thing I want to talk about, which is an accountability buddy. See, as humans, it is easier for us to stay on track if we are accountable to someone. Now, that someone doesn't have to be your superior, like we have it in a corporate world of, as a manager. The accountability buddy can be a peer. It could be a journal where you document everything, or it could be a friend that you talk to on a daily basis who can challenge you and keep you accountable and keep you on the path towards achieving your goals, right? Now this is in addition to a mentor, because a mentor will ask you to do certain things, but if you don't do it, the mentor is not going to necessarily keep pushing you beyond a certain point of time. You have to come to the table prepared to learn from the mentor, be teachable, coachable, and take action, right? So you need an accountability buddy as well, that will help you achieve, will help you stay on task, and will push you, encourage you if you're running behind. So that is secret number 4, pay the price. I hope you found this helpful. I hope this resonates with you, and if it does, if you found value in this podcast, I would request you to share this podcast with someone that you believe will find this beneficial as well. If you find this valuable, share that value with others, because that is the only way we can help each other grow and achieve our ultimate goal of financial freedom sooner. Remember, you have unlimited potential. Own it. Until next time, take care.